Hi, Kerry Hinchliffe here. Just bear with me while I check to see if I am live. Okay. Right. Yes. Live. Okay. Right. So, yesterday I introduced you to The Power of Positive Thinking, Norman Vincent Peale's book, originally written in 1953 when he was a pastor in New York. I went through chapters 1 to 3 yesterday, and as I promised today, I was going to go through chapter 4, which is all about the power of prayer. And like I said yesterday, this book is Christian based because obviously he is a pastor. I'm not a practicing Christian, but there's a lot of great things that you can take from this book, even if you're not a practicing Christian, or you know, whatever your faith is, you can take a lot of things from this book. So chapter 4, like I said, it was all about prayer and how the power of prayer has worked. And you'll have heard stories where churches and congregations have been asked to pray for people that are ill and they've become well, and you know, things like that. My brother, when he was a baby, was very ill, and the local church, was asked to pray for him, and he came through that terrible stage in his life where he was seriously ill, and that could have been down to the power of positive prayer. There's also a theory that positive thinking and people that meditate on positivity and do prayers, that crime in that area at that point in time will reduce. Okay, so there's lots of scientific research to back it up. So what he mentioned in the book, there were in the chapter, should I say, about affirmation. So one of the sayings was, affirmative prayers release powers by which positive results are accomplished. So basically it's saying, if you're using positive words in your prayers, anything can be accomplished because you have the power of God or the universe or the divine behind you with your powers. So he also said about a formula to use when it comes to using prayer for positive thinking, and it was Prayerise, Picturerise, and Actualise. So it was Prayerise, which, if you follow the law of attraction or any of the other people like Joe Vitale, Jack Cranfield, any of those that are from The Secret or whatever, they will talk about verbalizing or nebulizing what you want, where you want to go, what you want to achieve. Now, with regards to that, that is part of that section of Prayerise. So you're verbalizing what you want, but instead of just verbalizing it out there, you're talking to, in Norman Vincent Peale, he's stating you're talking to God. And it can be natural. It's not, you don't need to go on your knees and pray like that. You are talking to God in everyday positive language. Don't use negative words or anything like that. Say what you want, what you'd like to achieve, what you're thankful for, what you're grateful for. And then Picturerise is just another word for visualize, and that's one of the greatest tools that you can use, which is visualize what you want as if you have it now, as if it is in your life now, and that's so that you can achieve it. So that's Picturerise or visualize. And then Actualise is actually believing that it's already there, believing that you can achieve it, and then it will happen. And good examples of this is when couples who are arguing, that are constantly fighting about different things, if they start to say, right, we're going to just be positive with one another, we're not going to criticise, we're going to be, any little nice thing that's done, we're going to thank them, and then we visualise that you're getting on, things like that. And then suddenly, because you've done all the other things of being positive, of being nice, of being grateful, and then visualising it happening, people being great with one another, friendly and things, it actually happens. So what you've believed will happen and is happening will actually happen. So it will actualize. So that's what he's saying. So the steps that he's given in this chapter is take a few minutes a day to talk to God, the divine, divinity, universe, whatever you call it, whatever you feel you call it, and then chat with them just as if it's a normal person that you're talking to or whatever. Obviously don't do it on the bus or somewhere public where you know, people might think you're a bit okay, but you know, talk, prayerise it, verbalise it, but never use a negative word. Okay, never say, oh God, why have you done this to me? Or have I been doing wrong? Don't, you know, that is the wrong angle that we're trying to come from. You're trying to come from a place of being positive to begin with to create that positivity. So, recapping on what I've gone through so far is chapter 1 was about the biggest problem with having negative thoughts, with being negative, things like that, is self-doubt. Self-doubt leads to people not achieving, and the way to overcome it is by having positive thoughts. So there's the different steps, and the first one is value your assets, and it's not necessarily your assets like your home or your car or your computer equipment or anything like that. It's things like your family, your friends, and it's factors that are going for you, like what skills you've got. So if you are a nurse, what skills have you got with being a nurse, you know, that you feel they help people, things like that. Then the next one was affirmations. So change your negative wording into positive words. So I never lose weight, to I eat a healthier diet, which is helping me to lose weight and reduce weight. And always how you feel. So if you constantly wake up and I feel tired today, I don't feel like doing it, or you will feel tired. Your body will feel tired. It'll feel like you've dragged. Whereas if you wake up, you go, I feel good today. I can achieve anything. I can walk 10 paces, whatever. Okay. So change your wording to make you feel different. Okay. And stop building obstacles in your way. You know, like if somebody says, oh, try this. And we've all had those people when we've said, oh, you can do this, and they've got, no, I can't do that because of this. And they've always got some sort of obstacles, like, you know, we've all come across them, you know, at the water cooler or when you're meeting people for the first time or whatever. And then it's about having a peaceful mind. You know, take the time to meditate, take the time to be at one with yourself, okay? Even if you only manage 10 minutes a day, it is a beginning. And people say, I don't know how to meditate. It's basically just sit there. You don't need to cross your legs or anything like that. It's sit there. Try and not let negative thoughts come in. And sometimes a thought will pop into your head like, oh, I must remember that on my shopping list or something like that. Let it come in, let it go back out, okay? So the biggest key for me on that is how we think we feel has a definite effect on how we actually feel. So if you say you feel good, you will feel good, okay? So that is the power of positive thinking so far. Now, tomorrow I will have read chapter 5, and that is how to create your own happiness. So I'll go through that, I'll take some notes, and I will come back and go through them. So when I finish reading this book, I'll be deciding on another book, and hopefully I'm going to keep going through all these different books that I've bought and I've read, and I'm going to share them, share all the powers, all the thoughts, all the processes with you all. Okay, thank you for listening. This is Kerry Hinchliffe. I hope you have a great day, great evening. Thank you. Bye.